have any Molotovs. They've got Freiburg here with the Molotov and flashbang, but there's still 40 seconds left. So it's actually a pretty good job on Freiburg that he's managed to keep these grenades for so long, and they need them. But Snacks in the middle, drops Aloe, pushing through the smoke, right into Pasha. Get right actually gets that kill, but they lose the A-bomb site. Forrest and Nick Sister up here. Can they stay alive and maybe even prevent the bomb? Neo says no, and Nick Sist, this is not the optimal range for the Max 7. He's making it work as good as he can right now. Freiburg coming up with a kill, and another one here by Ali alone. NiP, they're turning it around and spraying through the box by Ali. He's got 10 health left. He goes down. Freiburg picks up a triple, and NiP, I have no idea how, but they do win the round.
Yeah, that's beautiful stuff. I mean, so much damage is done, and Freiburg just comes in at the perfect time to clean things up. That was the tipping point. If Freiburg is just a second or two later, he doesn't get those kills, that bomb site is overrun and the round's over.
Essentially, because VP would have time to set up, they just lined up for Freiburg in that 5-7. That's all he needed. So NiP, they buy themselves another shot at this, and they are going to have better gear going into this round as well.
Show of hands just between the three of us here. How many believe in the full 10-round comeback into overtime?
There was a time where I would have said anything is possible when it comes to NiP. 10 rounds in a row, sure, they can do it. But right now, Virtus.Pro, I think this is essentially history in the making.
I'm seeing no hands. Not even if Flaren is putting up his hands. So you gotta wonder. No faith here in the NiP comeback. Well, we're gonna have to see if they can prove us all wrong. It's currently Freiburg up on Banana. Get right, falling back just a little bit here. And VP, they must be feeling very confident at the moment. Just waiting for those smokes to clear up. And actually, Pasha making a play to look over. Something that's become a very common thing, but still, it's very hard to deal with.
Yeah, Freiburg on NiP just used the last smoke at about 1 minute. There's still a full kit, a couple full kits for Virtus.Pro for an execute later on, so very low on utility, still a very scary situation, and complete control of mid for Virtus.Pro at the moment. No pressure being on. Ninjas in Pajamas is already falling back more passively into the bomb sites. This gives a lot of space with 45 seconds left for Virtus.Pro to work with.
Freiburg, no nades left to hold off on B. He's going to have to count on the rotation to come in from his teammate. And even Gerrit only has the single flash, so that's going to have to be the most effective flash in the history of CS.
He can't be this far away with only one flashbang. Freiburg has nothing to work with here.
Wow. This is it. Smoke's coming in. The Molotov's going down. Gerrit sets up the pop. It's going to go right through. Good flash. He does manage to get 2 kills out of this. Freiburg lending in. But it is going to be Freiburg now having to buy the time. Full rotation coming out from NiP. It's only seconds away, but Bialy just completely annihilates Freiburg, and it's now turned into a 3-on-3 retake. Bomb has been planted.
Once again, this game is the edge of a knife for NiP. Gotta do this retake or it's no more tournament. Bialy hiding in the back lines. VP, they want to play this one safe. They don't want to show themselves. Great headshot from Snacks. Taz is there as well. Exist alone, and he's gonna go down. And Virtus.Pro, they make it to the semifinals. 16-5 victory over NiP. What a performance.
And that is the end of a legendary streak. NiP, the only team in the history of the majors who have made all 5 finals. They've won 1 of them, and that is it. Virtus.Pro, they will be ending that story.
Yeah, the trademark aggression that we know Virtus.Pro for. And we talked about it at the end of that train match when they went on that run, and they got that momentum, they got the plow rolling, they carried it on to that second map and just never let up.
The first major the VP won was called by Neo. Now it's Taz with the lead here, and he has really been able to focus this team. You can tell today they were being whipped into shape here, and a very good job indeed.
Yeah, the cheering section there for Virtus.Pro just going wild, and the bow. The gentlemen, a well-deserved victory for Virtus.Pro. They will be going on into the semifinals now for another shot at a major title. But what showman in the end. And that was just outright dominance on Inferno. It was the worst case scenario for NiP. It is.
Yeah, and actually that first half on Inferno, the scoreline doesn't suggest it, but there's so many rounds where the economic situation could have swung either way. And it was just never able to tip into the balance of Ninjas in Pajamas, and that's what really was just too many crushing blows for him.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be on the main stage with the OJ and Taz, so take it away for an interview.
Thank you very much, and with Taz right now. Taz, the first question is,
So you're not the easy option then?
I don't think that they will repeat the same words next time. But still, it just gave us so much more fuel, especially for me. I was thinking about this game since yesterday. I was thinking about this game when I woke up. I was thinking about this game when I ate breakfast. I'm thinking about this game now.
So how much can you, when somebody says something, when you get pumped, when you are angry, when you want revenge for words that are said, is that when you're at your best? Is that when VP are at their best?
That's when I'm at my best. But my boys today played, super awesome. You know the word, right?
I know the word, it's a, family show.
Yeah. So kudos to them. I think they also took it to the heart. And thank you to the crowd. You were awesome.
And it was an amazing win. How much does this lay down a marker for you getting to the semi-final and then who knows what, the final and a win of a major?
I want to win it all. I don't care about the semi-final. I want to win it all.
They are fantastic words. What a game, what a match. Put your hands together for Taz and VP. Let's hand back over to the expert desk.
Thank you, OG. We're back at the NVIDIA expert desk, and wow, so far all 2-0s. VP just shutting down NiP. The magic finally stops, gentlemen. We will not be seeing NiP at the finals of a major after 5 amazing runs from that brand. But all credit to VP. Katie, kick us off here. I mean, VP looked, as the caster said, super aggressive, and they pulled it off.
The problem is most likely when you're able as analysts to telegraph the game before it actually is happening.
Sure.
Then something is wrong. Like if you play on coding that every time NiP is a man down, they're gonna end up going B. We called that they were gonna have the easy banana control every time Virtus.Pro. This allowed them to have this big lead, I think 7-0, 8-0 or something. When they finally lost around Virtus.Pro, they were actually in an economical problem. They had a bad economical situation, but they decided to go for the force buy, and at the time they won that one, everything just switched. They win that, they get the momentum, bam, you get a good CT half.
The headline is they just didn't get enough T rounds. On the 4 was not enough. The rounds they got, not winning the pistol again. So this time VP actually won both pistols, and that goes to show when you get that run, you get the 3-0s in. That's how powerful they should be. The NiP getting those on the train map, it didn't seem to convert that way for them. But Virtus.Pro very, very strong on the CT side. They're so crushing. They're so good at locking T sides out. Great use of utility, and overall just very powerful side there. Once NiP finally got to the CT side, it was very difficult to watch. The first round they actually got on the board was the Mag 7 5-7 crossfire coming into the apartments, and that was exciting to watch, but it was too little too late at that stage, I'm afraid.
It was pretty late, and for them to be able to carry that momentum. Fifth, I mean, exactly what Kadian said. In some ways, it just must have been heartbreaking in a disappointing way that you called these flaws that they were going to have, and it literally panned out the way you said it might.
I mean, they've been doing the same thing for over 2 years now. Like, I could call every single thing that they do, and I mean, if I still can do that, and I haven't played in that team for over 9 months, right? Every other team can do that as well. Every other team will look into the teams that they're playing against. It doesn't matter if you're switching up your CT side, maybe you go back to be playing a little bit more aggressive, taking banana control every single round, pushing down mid when they're saving. At the end of the day, when you keep on playing your same T strats over and over again, you're not going to have a good time. And you saw that. They lost the pistol, called it right away. They will force buy up, go banana. VP double naded. After smoke faded, they actually threw over a flash. Biala got 3.
Yeah.
Being a man down, end up going B. The only one round that they actually did not do that was because Getra was lurking up middle. He did get their frag on there, and you saw the bomb rotating.
Yeah, and in contrast to how Virtus.Pro were doing the heavy banana takes, NiP actually did exactly the same in that one round where they had full utility. What Virtus.Pro did, they just leaned back, let all of the grenades being used from the NiP side, and then in the end, they go ahead and attack the B-bomb side, while everything Get Red and Freiberg has combined is one flashbang, and that's difficult to hold a bomb side with.
Now, then we're talking about the flaws at NiP and how really this time around it was just a gaping hole in their play. But on the side of VP, though, to be able to confidently take advantage of that, I mean, in this second map on Inferno, 16-5, that's a very convincing scoreline. Of course, in the first map, 16-14, a bit of a close one. VP, how good are they looking now going into that semifinal where most likely they're going to have to face Fnatic?
I mean, I think at this point for Taz, no matter what the statistics say or anything, he's gonna be furious. Like he's ready.
Yeah.
He doesn't care who he's gonna play against. He feels right now that they're gonna win this, and I don't think he's doubting it at all. That's the way that these Polish players just are. Like as soon as they get going, they want it all.
Yeah, that's what he said. He didn't even care about the semi-final going into that. He just had his eyes on the main prize, which shows how badly he does want this and how much it means to him.
And the last time for me that they really had that was at Katowice, and at that time they proved that they were strong.
Yeah, I think anyone, even if you weren't really involved in CSGO, you heard about that happening because you could pretty much hear the crowds chanting that all around the world at Katowice last year. Fifth, what's your thoughts on VP? Taz's interview was pretty fearsome, right? He was very confident in their play so far.
Yeah, and I mean, he should be. He played amazing this whole series, and just basing it off of the group stage first, VP was looking very solid. Coming into the NiP game, they had a game plan. We're going to pick Train. It was close, but I mean, last time they played, NiP won in overtime. They did have a very solid set of executes now, and like I said before, even losing both pistol rounds, losing the eco rounds as well, giving basically NiP 6 free rounds, they still managed to win. It just shows how dominant NiP was throughout this whole series.
Yeah, well, tell us what you think, all of you fans here and, of course, at home. I'm hearing over 1 million of you guys tuning in with us. Tell us what you think. Hashtag ESL1 about that previous match, and, of course, another matchup coming up. In hindsight, Henry, also, you turned out to be right. I mean, it was important to secure that first map because Inferno actually looked to be shaky for NiP.
Well, we said that was their pick and they should be capitalizing on that, but it just didn't get into the game. It was too late when you're 7-0 down. The first round they actually got onto the board was pretty scrappy. Remember, the bomb went down on the site. They planted within 1 second. It was so hit and miss. It could have gone either way, but there was no real convincing rounds to them. It was always just them fighting right down to the last man. They didn't do any like clean executes and wipe out a bomb site. It was all very scrappy towards the end, but you can't take anything away from that. I think the 4 rounds they did get, considering how the first 7 rounds of the game went, was I think they did pretty well to get 4 rounds. It's just like we said, both pistols not going in their favour, 3-0s there, and then when that does happen, that's a scoreline you will be looking at.
And what we have actually left back with, looking at the NiP results of this tournament, is a win against CLG and a win against Renegades. A big loss to TSM and a fairly convincing win for Virtus.Pro as well. So they're not going out of this tournament looking strong at all.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, now to put that in Hull's perspective, it's not just a weakness in this matchup. It seems like, yeah, maybe now is the time to really make some changes for NiP. At the same time, let's put the spotlight back on VP. They're moving on. They're going to that semifinal. And ladies and gentlemen, we're not done just yet. We have one last quarterfinal to determine